What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 88 of my Total Warhammer 3 modded Karl Franz campaign. So as we saw last time, Balthazar Gelt showed off at Crooked Fang for destroying so many of those Skaven himself and getting a lot of good use out of his final transmutation, taking out Queek and another Lord, essentially with just that spell. Lovely. In addition to that, we have pretty much ended the turn, or at the very least done pretty much every move we have to make, so it's a mere little bit of time remaining to complete whatever buildings we need to build, and then we'll be good to go. So let's do that real quick and then we'll move on. Icetooth Mountains, we're going to continue ignoring you, I think, because we're going to trade you away, although I would like you to, let's just build the Imperial Wharf here, and just so that once we trade it, the AI will hopefully be willing to build it back up. Fort Saul will ignore, Helmgart will ignore, Challenge Stone, I don't care about any of these territories, so we're just going to keep ignoring them as well. Same with Vanaheim Mountains. There's a reason we're not collecting income in any of those places. Gisero Gap, Great Mortis Delta. Yes, okay, so we do want to probably build the defenses here at the Black Pyramid. I don't know what the final showdown will be, as in the endgame scenario, so we'll have to see. Marshes of Madness will be traded, so we're ignoring it. Kadatha and the Gallows Tree will similarly probably be traded, depending on what we do with that. Mostly because we won't be able to collect income either way, and frankly, our Imperial power is giving us a -7 control faction-wide, which is a little bit on the hefty side. Anyway, Eastern Oblast is good. Mountains of Nalfari is similarly probably not going to be traded, though. Yeah, this place is getting quite corrupted. Adjacent provinces 10. Yeah, so the corruption won't leave until we've actually, by and large, cleared out the Norskins everywhere else nearby. So we'll get to work on that, not to worry. Barrier Idols, I may trade you, although you do have iron, but either way, we're not going to build anything there. Ancient Giant Lands, Carrick Vrag, similar situation. Yeah, lots of territories where we don't need to build stuff, but I wanted to go through them just in case, because there is still a decent chance of making some use of them. Skaven Blight, I suppose your problem is going to be if the final scenario is a Skaven one, but I guess we'll just send an army there to deal with it. Carrick Hearn, yes, we can upgrade you, why not? Let's do so. Turtle Isles, we don't care about you at all, so we're going to ignore you. Shalanhopek, you're going to be traded to Itza. Awakening, you are going to be traded as well. And yeah, that's a lot of territories that are going to be traded, but they're not actually doing anything for us. They're not giving us any money. We're fine, and we are very much fine. I mean, look how much territory we have all over the place. Trollheim Mountains, Tower of Crack. Well, Tower of Crack's okay, but nonetheless, we will not be collecting income here, and we will... Let's put you back to State Troop Levy, I think. We're going to be trading this to our Kislevite friends in a little bit. Path to the east... no, ignored. Albion, not ignored. We need to upgrade that Citadel of Lead so the place won't be hopefully taken over, and since we are collecting income here, we'll go grab that Weaving House. Alright, still want to get the Ogham Stones maxed out as well, both for the research as well as for the money it provides. Massive Orcal, you are not going to be, I think, traded away, unless we do get the opportunity to trade for Grimhold. How much do you want for Grimhold again? He used to want like 24k. Oh, wow, okay, I should have bought it back when it was 24k, because now we make too much money and he doesn't want it. Maybe I'll trade it, maybe I won't. We shall see. There may be something else that Durthu will want at some point, so we will wait on that. Anyway, that was Barrows of Quila, was it not? Yes. So now I just have to find it again. Alright. Land of Assassins. Yes, where Noctilus currently is. Well, I guess we can upgrade the reinforced walls here. I don't want to deal with having to run all the way over there again. We just need to get those defenses properly up and running. Eagle Aries, I guess start upgrading that exotic animal pen, though most likely we will not be able to hold on to this territory as it's too far away and I don't care about it. Floating Pyramid, let's keep upgrading you. Hawkland, well, let's get the Gunsmith, but I think we can ignore the walls at Ergig. In fact, we will be deleting them as soon as we have these guys all confederated up. Zorn Uskalak, you can... Well, I guess you can get the next level of walls, although 10 turns, and we are going to probably trade the place away as well. Although it is making some money for us. You know what, build iron for now, if nothing else. Maybe we hold on to this territory just so that we have Uzkalak, which guards the pass, essentially. Not against the Skaven, mind you, but against other factions like the chaotic ones. I have the Panther, we're gonna upgrade you. Yes, gotta get those gems up and running to the max. Land of the Dead, gotta keep maxing you out as well, so farm for you, and we can put you back into Council of Burgomeisters. I just want to double check that, okay, everything else here is nice and counciled up. Yeah, okay, it was just Camray. Which makes sense because we were trying to get to Noctilus as quick as we could go. Actually, speaking of Noctilus, are you actually able to reach him, just out of curiosity, Leopold? Oh, he is able to reach him. I think we could destroy him. Alright, you know what, I'm gonna manually fight this super quick. We do have the Black Lions now, and the army is, well, it's not much, but, you know, it should be enough. And especially if we let the Black Lions do the work, we also can hopefully maintain distance. I wonder who outranges who. What's the stats on the Necrofex Colossi versus the Black Lions in terms of range? We probably don't want to be near the edge of the map, however, as we would obviously then be liable to run away. Though on the other hand, okay, wait, Noctis's range is 422. Wow, okay. So either we abandon the hill and force them to come to us, or we can at least make some use of our allies, or we just attack them. I think we might actually be fine. I hope I'm not wrong about this, but we shall see. Let's blob you guys up like so, and then you guys like so that they can't all be shot at the same time. I didn't mean to do that. Do that, and then you guys are going to be pretty critical in knocking out Noctilus, so let's put you right here. Alright, you're gonna be group 1, and you guys are going to be group 2, and you're just going to advance forward, essentially, and like so, and then you guys are gonna be group 3. Maybe we'll put you out this way instead. Group 3, 4, 5. Alright, looks good to me. Start battle. Group 2, move forward. Try not to get too damaged by Noctis's abilities, and then Huntsman, get ready. You're going to hit the enemy from the sides, starting on those Necrofex, and who are you firing at? Okay, he's firing at our Lord, but that's actually better than him wasting shots, or him hitting the Black Lines, and I don't really care about the infantry there. Yeah, just keep wasting shots on our Lord, that's fine. Hey, you, Black Lions, get ready to move. And Group 2, keep on advancing. Dodge those shots if you can. Oh, is he going after the Black Lions now? I can't actually tell. He's missing shots, but it's fine. Alright, just keep running around, Black Lions, get ready. You, Huntsman, go for that Necrofex, same with you guys. And, alright, to the Necrofex we go. Yeah, fire. Oh, no, don't stand in the Wraith Storm. Okay, that's going to hurt. That's really going to hurt. Well, then again, they're kind of wasting it on a weaker unit, so it's not the end of the world. Let's you go after Noctis. You keep running around. Black Lions are firing at who they're supposed to be firing, though it looks like they are getting hit back. And obviously, this is we'll find a proper cinematic battle. This is still kind of a waste of time. Alrighty, and then you switch targets, please. You get ready to move into those Black Ark Corsairs, and I would like you to... Okay, there's a summoning from Noctilus. I'd like you to pop off your Grand Soulfire. And keep hunting. Alright, kill those Colossi. Alright, and then you can buff everybody up like so. Maybe we should get these guys in the back. Looks good to me. And Black Lions, you know what? I'm going to switch you to attacking Noctilus. I think it's better that we clear out the Colossi. Alright. The rest of this should probably end itself, essentially. The battle, I mean. I get a few more shots into that Necrofex, perfect, and then switch targets to Noctilus himself, who's also in pretty bad shape now, being fired upon by the Black Lions and a decent amount of range units. And it looks like the Black Lions can stagger him as well. And a few more shots will probably bring him down. Beautiful. There's a decent chance that he will survive, mind you, but, well, that's just the nature of playing against the dead. Alrighty, and keep attacking, keep attacking. It looks like that is a pretty big morale shock to the enemy, and I think the Krabby Boys will melt away at a reasonably quick rate like this. Ooh, something hit us. Something exploded. I think we're still okay. Alright, just knock them out. Looks like we won't even need the reinforcements. And that's pretty good because I didn't want to be chasing them around. As in forcing the reinforcements to go all the way up here. Alright, take out those last crabby boys. One last pinch from him, and just like that, the battle's there. So I thought that guy was just gonna poke the corpse with his spikes. Just like, you dead? We sure you dead? Alrighty, swell. And, the crabby boys, I mean, I guess the aesthetic, it really reminds me of the, I mean, for those who watched it, or watched parts of it, the Diablo 4 Drowned faction. Those water zombies and stuff, they have the exact same sort of aesthetic. But anyway. End battle, close victory, but it's enough. Let's see if Noctilus survives, but, well, at least his army should be halved, and he should be pretty darn weak, and Leopold will either be able to chase him down. Well, actually, we should be able to guarantee the chase down, because where's he gonna go? He can't go to sea, because he has no ports. I mean, he can go to sea, but we can chase him at sea right now. So we should be fine. He caused quite an issue down here, and I'm glad he'll be gone. We're definitely going to send somebody to sail up north towards him as well. Got to take out the Galleon's graveyard. I would love for one of our allies to do it for us, but you know what? I don't think I've ever seen an ally do it, so it's not going to happen. We'll pardon the captives because the leadership is useful. Looks like Noctilus survives, but with... that looks really funny the way it moves. Oh, I feel like there's a very decent likelihood that he'll go out to sea like this. He could also try to return to Lashik, but we've got Adolphus Camp moving out this way. A little bit concerned about the Great Desert of Araby, but damn, he heals a lot. Look at that. He revived to half HP, and of course the Necrophex Colossus survived. Alright, well, you're not gonna need that Tormentor Sword. I'd prefer not to lose it, but you can keep the movement range, because you may very well use it. In fact, if there's another messenger that we could get, like so, give you the extra movement range as well. And just for the chase, if nothing else. Alrighty, let's get back to building. I believe we were in the Land of the Dead. Not the Land of the Dervishes, Land of the Dead, Camry. So let's keep going. Northern Grey Mountains, yes to the money. We will be keeping you and hopefully trying to get Grungzint somehow. More money from you, Akendorf, and do we want the coaching in? I mean, we could get another Witch Hunter capacity. Even though it's expensive, you know, let's just hold off on it for now. Not hold off on Miragliano, however. That is most definitely something we want to upgrade immediately. Zufbar, you're fine as you are. You're fine as you, Zufbar. And Marienburg, Wizard's Tower, really doesn't give us much other than Luminarch capacity, and frankly, let's face it, we're not going to be using that many Luminarchs. And they're okay, but they're not good. We can get more mileage out of standard artillery pieces than we can get out of a Luminarch, so yeah. Alrighty, and that's about it for the upgrades. Let's retake our research, so improved cav armor, and skip, Lord not moved, skip unassigned skill points, skip hero not moved. I thought I moved, oh, it's just the boosters, yeah, that's fine. Outposts available. Oh, we could double check on outposts that we don't have built right now. Avalorn, we have your outpost, we could upgrade it, but we're still okay. Itza and Cult of Sotek. Well, there's a decent likelihood that either one will die, so I'm going to hold off on them, especially as we don't really have any allegiance with them right now. Urson Revivalists. We could build an outpost with you, but I'd rather build it at like a main settlement, whereas it's not going to be super useful. And yes, the Ironbrow's Expedition, we are now reasonably friendly with you. Carrick Zorn is not an option, is it? Oh, yes it is. You don't really have allies. Well, Carrick Zorn it is then. And is that it? Heralds of Ariel, the Witchwood, yes, construct the outpost. Oh, there was a reason I hadn't done that before, and I think it was that they had something there before. One of their allies might have died. Interesting. Well, either way, Hawkland we don't care about, Averland we don't care about, Nardland, Ostland, this and that. Man, there's still a lot of Confederation to do. But anyway, hopefully next turn. In fact, we're about to find out. Construction, and good. Skip, and go next turn. Alright. Well, let's see. Will Mazdamundi come for us? A Baronair Chimerax. Ah, he's arrived. Or he's landed here. Ambush. Ah. Well, I wasn't expecting that. Well, actually, I kind of was expecting that, but... Oh, wait, no, we're the ones who ambushed him. Okay, no, I was not expecting that. I put him into ambush in the hopes of him attacking the lizards nearby, but it looks like he either destroyed the lizard settlement, or something. I was expecting Woolric to try to teleport ambush us, but apparently it didn't happen, and I will certainly take it. Peter, you got work once more, buddy. Let's see how well you do. Alrighty, here we go again. Peter von Sigurd back in action. We've relied on him throughout the early portions of the campaign, so I'm glad that he hasn't been put out to pasture or anything like that. And an ambush at that, so we're definitely going to try to take advantage of the relative weakness of some of the Tzeentch units, though to be fair, this is our most fragile army as well, so we'll see how this goes. Unfortunately, in terms of deployment, I screwed it up a little bit. I meant to put the Way Watchers here instead of the Pistoliers. Like, these guys should be swapped around, but well, oh well, not a big deal. They do move fairly quick, and they should still be able to get into combat before long. Anyway, the battle will begin, and we're going to have our war wagons focus down the biggest threats on the field, which are these enemy flamers of Tzeentch. They're going to fire at these guys with the accusation from our unit of, or our single witch hunter here, who's, okay, he's out here, I missed him. And it looks like the enemy's going to waste their fire abilities on the witch hunter as well, which will allow them all to, by them all I mean the war wagons, to clear these guys out. There we go. Accusation, Flamers of Tzeentch down, both of them in fact down, and we're looking good. We also used the Net of Amantok on the spawn of Tzeentch in order to prevent them from doing anything, as they are all nice and beloved up for us, and then we moved back in and popped the Tormentor Sword on them as well. So lots and lots of time where these guys can do nothing, and hopefully decent amounts of time for us to take out the Flamers and as many of the Pink Horrors as we can. Speaking of the Pink Horrors, they are in fairly large numbers, and we're going to charge them directly with the Pistoliers. Probably not the best idea, and in fact I do imagine that the Pink Horrors are probably superior in melee to the Pistoliers, but for now it's just a matter of trying to distract the enemy long enough to dish out the damage. We have damage dealers, then we don't necessarily need the Pistoliers to be such damage dealers for the rest of us right now. Alright, the Way Watchers are firing, the Huntsmen are firing, and so are our Sisters of the Thorn. The Huntsmen are using their anti-large to focus down Lucar the Indecisive, this cultist of Tzeentch, who will be brought down fairly quickly like this. So we also see our Sisters of the Thorn prancing around in the background. There we go, down goes the enemy War Shrine. I love it, and the balance of power has shifted to our favor fairly decently. That said, our Pistoliers are being damaged, and so are our Free Companies and our summoned units of Halberdiers, but it's not looking all that horrible. Going to have to back off the Pistoliers, but I think they did their job by distracting the enemy long enough. We've also managed to take out one of the units, I believe, of the spawn of Tzeentch, or actually damage it fairly heavily with our war wagons, and they should be able to take it out fully shortly. It's not like the spawn can actually catch them, because they're too slow because of the skirmish mode, though, you know, we still have to babysit and keep an eye on that skirmish mode. They are quite good at assassinating single targets or low entity units like this, and that unit of spawn is pretty much done for. Otherwise, bounce power continues to creep in our favor. The enemy Lord tried to land and annoy our Lord, only to get shot up by the Huntsman and defeated in melee. Peter has actually moved into melee himself to distract this enemy spawn, countercharging it and preventing it from moving into our Huntsman or any other unit that would be particularly vulnerable to it. Alright, and it looks like that second unit or third unit of spawn are pretty much out of the picture as well. Bounce power continues once again to creep in our favor. There is still a decent amount of Exalted Pink Horrors and other such units left, but we are now focusing them down a little bit more since the Huntsmen don't have to apply their anti-large to one of the units of spawn. There we go. Huntsmen going after the blue and pink horrors here, and we're poisoning them with that toxic venom from our Sisters of the Thorn. They could probably go after the Lord as well, but there's no need. We can send Pistoliers to hunt the Lord down instead. while these guys dish out more damage anyway. And there we go. With that, it appears that the chain route is pretty much here. Most of the enemy have begun to melt away. They're taking hits from basically every direction as the Way Watchers hit them from the back, the Pistoliers hit them from the sides, and then the Sisters and the Huntsmen attack them everywhere else. The last unit of the spawn is still on the field, but now the War Wagons are firing directly into it, as well as into this unit of Chaos Warriors, and it looks like the battle is ours. Alrighty, very nice. And just a few more as they melt away. Our wizard is in the fight in melee as well, together with the other lord, with the lord and our witch hunter, just to distract the enemy. And there we go. The enemy lord got hunted down by our pistoliers, too slow to run away from them apparently, and just like that, the victory is ours. We're also in allied territory, so unless the enemy has managed to raise the settlement, which I doubt that they have because they managed to move out and actually attack Peter, that does mean that that we should, in theory, be able to heal up. If I was to fight that again, just to do a little bit better, well, obviously I wouldn't have screwed up. Well, hopefully the deployment. I think the Way Watchers probably were better off not, despite being wood elves, not being deployed in the woods like I had originally planned, but instead maybe out here somewhere as well. Maybe they could have shot down the enemy lord and prevented him from casting anything as well. I do think that the back line went very, very well here, in that we were able to knock out all of the flamers and then trap all of those units of chaos spawn, but the middle line was a little bit more tough. We had to charge it with our free company as well as our pistoliers, and they didn't really do too much damage there. Even if they did do a good job at distracting the enemy, they also took a decent amount of damage there themselves. We do outrange the enemy, so if we really wanted to, we could have leaned into the whole run and gun thing and just kept backing away, and maybe that was another way to have fought the battle, but anyway, I digress. Just a fun fight with a very fun army to use, and I would have loved to have fought this again in different ways just to see which would have been more effective, run and gun versus just straight up ambush. Well, alright, Peter's back in action, and isn't it lovely to see? The ambush went reasonably well, considering I did screw up the deployment slightly, and we did have to force our pistoliers into melee to prevent those pink horrors from firing, but nonetheless, our range units are relatively undamaged, so we should still be pretty okay. We're gonna take the captives, I guess, because once again, this faction lacks the ability to heal. Damn, those Sisters of the Thorn, though. Once again, just raking in the damage of the Way Watchers doing quite nicely. As well, the Free Company not as much, but they're in here to act as a melee unit more or less, so it's fine. Though I am wondering whether it would be more beneficial for us to use more pistoliers rather than Free Company, although obviously the Free Company wouldn't be able to survive in melee combat much more. I mean, it's so late into the game that it may be time to get rid of these guys, but then we wouldn't be able to hold the line. But then this is a run-and-gun army, and we could add more war wagons, for example. Anyway, not right now, because we're nowhere near our own territory. Peter will have to make do with what he has. But I am glad that he's got another ambush under his belt so late into the game and so far from where he started. He's fought his way across continents at this point. Alrighty, Talaqua eats a Cult of Pleasure will, by the looks of it, let's see. Will they land? Nope, they will not land in our territory, okay. 1,000 Maws are not close enough. Clan Moors is an underway interception. Oh, a bad luck for you, Clan Moors. I think that's it. Their faction is done. Yes, they do have that one settlement remaining, but the last of their armies are good. Another underway interception. Oh, I can't say I was expecting this one. I guess the question is, do we actually bother with this? Obviously, the army of Alberic is not one that is meant to do a sort of actual fight here. They're a follower army. And I don't think I even gave Alberic points, so they're gonna have a little bit of a tough time here. Nonetheless, this might be worth fighting, and just for fun, if nothing else. That said, I think even though we're not quite out of time, I certainly don't have enough time in this episode to fight a full cinematic fight or to edit it or anything along those lines, so I'm gonna call it here a little bit early, unfortunately, but well, hopefully the next episode will be right on schedule. So we will end it here. We will fight Mutant next time around and then complete the ending of the turn, and then I guess advance towards the destruction of Clan Moulder if we are in fact close enough to the Help It to do so. Stay tuned for more Karl. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.